what's so different about this breed that you love, and where, how did they originate? And some people are interested. Some people, they're interested to scratch the surface, but not really delve too deep into that, because in the end, we're talking about things that happened back in the 17 and 1800s, and how that affects anybody's breeding program today it probably doesn't. But people toss names around a lot, and the Mansell family was a noble family in England back in, if you want to take it far enough back, Robert Mansell, back in, 1100 AD, was a Templar knight. He was a Templar knight under King Henry II in Palestine. And when the Crusades were going on. So the Mansell family, they go back a long ways. Robert Mansell was eventually made his way up to be an admiral in the Royal Navy, and one of his relatives, John Mansell, they were all involved with game fowl, as was a lot of the nobility of the day. And they would, obviously they would bring these fowl in from places where either that they had not necessarily, I'm not going to use the word conquered, but where they experienced, where they found them, so to speak. So a lot of their fowl originated from Spain. Some of them came from the West Indies, because they were in those areas. They were interested in the fowl, so they would either bring them back in the form of a pullet or a stag. They would always try to get young fowl, because they would survive the trip a lot better. Then you have people that want to talk about Derby fowl, and you always hear the term, that's originated as a Earl of Derby fowl, and just for people's information, that always refers to the 12th Earl of Derby. People don't realize it, but in early England, school children were introduced to cockfighting because they were proud of their qualities of gameness, and their pride, and how they carried themselves, and they were introduced as an example of how to live and how to be.